Sorry.
This video appeared on the internet, April 13th, 2011. It appears to be like a blimp in the background. The film is very grainy. And here we see what appears to be a UFO. We see it for about 2 seconds, another shot of it again, and then this thing seems to crash. Now let me just stop it right there. Did that frame, that UFO, let me see if I can get it back here. Does this look like right there? Could that have been like an artifact inserted? Could that be the real thing? Could someone be taking that and, using real elements here and then doctoring it later? What do you think?
It looks like it could be any of that.
Well,
the real thing, the one thing that's working for him particularly is the camera movement is so frantic, and that covers a multitude of sins, as you well know. The other thing is the cameraman would be attracted to whatever was going on and want to concentrate on it and feature it. I mean, you don't just, when you're a cameraman, you don't just let things whiz by frame, go, oh, what was that? You always go to it and follow it and want to and feature it and, and move around. The time code is curious because, I mean, from the looks of this being so archival and the old film look, which now you can do on your iPhone.
They didn't have these type of time codes
exactly.
Yet.
So does that mean was it edited after the fact out of stuff that was really archival?
And then the time code added later?
Yeah.
That's possible.
It's just too curious. Another thing I noticed, go ahead.
Well, no, another thing you noticed is what?
Speaking of archival, the streaks and bubbles that happen that make it look like it's 8mm film that's 3,000 years old, they loop.
They do.
Yeah.
Now here's something really curious.
This guy has some very interesting recurring bubbles that I don't know where in old film, unless the only time you see that happen is when they show the projectionist died and the film got stuck and it melts in front of the audience. It's got those strange little bubbles that it shows up for a second and then it comes back again.
So these artifacts could have been inserted like as an effect?
I think it was an effect.
Like in post or something?
Yeah, it's definitely a post effect.
Here we've got the first real shot of some sort of a extraterrestrial biological entity, an EBE, okay? And it looks, I mean, to my eye, I mean, I'm not an expert here, and it's fooled me. I mean, it looks real. But then again, and here's, let me just stop it. So then we see some sort of wreckage, and then we see what appears to be EBE bodies, extraterrestrial biological entity bodies on the ground. And we have another close up, and right now here it shows what appears to be a dead alien. The camera's only there for a few seconds, and then it bounces away again.
And that is just a tried and true Hollywood tactic. Is to never, you don't study the alien. For example, the blinking alien is a pretty compelling look. It's very organic, and you see his eyes close and open, and you can see.
And the hand flicks out.
Yeah, but and it's good enough that part is pretty compelling. But it's the context of it that makes you think maybe it was a ultra low budget horror film. Seriously, that somebody got the footage for and found it. Because other than that, they did have a pretty good monster budget because they had 3 or 4 of these guys running around with their little suits on. Because we make these suits all the time. We made suits for people that wanted to do a Bigfoot hoax. We made a Bigfoot for the Bigfoot hoax, the guys.
What's that cost though to do something?
Well, we had a kind of a makeup creature effects studio for some time, and there are people that were crazed about this stuff. They'd come in and spend $1,000 a few years back to have a piece that looked just like a Bigfoot and would leave the track and do all the cool stuff. And we do. I mean, the alien can't count how many alien heads we've made. Much like that, and you sculpt them and cast them and make a big head out of them, and this could even be that one. I don't know, but they people want them, and they want them better and better. They'll pay a lot of money just for a great Halloween costume.
Like if it's a hoax, I mean, it's a fairly elaborate hoax.
It is elaborate. because they're using all of the mechanisms that a filmmaker will use to make a spooky or an intriguing shot, where they sweep across things and a hand comes across and the alien comes through and does.
And you only get a glimpse for a second.
Right. And it's not threatening. I mean, it's not dark, it's not spooky or anything, but it's like they are intentionally making it look like kind of cine verite news footage.